Today we're unboxing something special, the Fuji X100V. I picked up this camera for one sole reason, but before we get into the details, let's get through the boring stuff first. Instruction manuals I'll never read, charging cables, those are important, and it looks like some spare parts. Alright, on to the good stuff. I picked up this camera because recently I went to New York City and took 0 photos. My professional Canon rig is great for work, but not for pleasure. Enter the X100V. And mind the dust, this is a used camera straight out of the box. Woo, it's looking good. I can't wait to put it through its paces. Yo, what's going on? My name's Andrew, you can call me Pooch, and I'd like to welcome you to the Less Only channel. Y'all, I'm really glad you're here. So, unless you skipped the intro, you saw I unboxed the Fuji X100V, and I've got him right here. Look how cute and small he is. Like, my face is bigger than this camera. This is nothing like what I'm used to using. I'm really excited to bring this guy out and get some photos. Before we do that though, let me just kind of run down my reasoning and thought process as to why I purchased this and why I'm assuming this is a great camera for someone like me and maybe someone like you. And really quick disclosure, I really don't know if YouTube needs any more photo review, video review channels, but I was passionate about this. I was excited this came in the mail, and so that's what we're doing today. So if you just want to enjoy some photos of some street photography, maybe enjoy kind of the idea and thought process behind why I picked up this camera, well, stick around because we're about to dive in. Reason number one why I picked up the Fuji X100V is its compact size. So just looking at this guy, I know I already put him up to my face. I mean, obviously it's tiny, but how small is it? Well, compared to what I'm used to, incredibly small. So for those of you who don't know, my main job is as a videographer and product and lifestyle photographer. Let me put this down for 1 second. So for those jobs, I use this. Damn, boy! This camera with a lens that's usually about this size. This is the 85mm I just picked up, but I also use the 15-35, and it's a monster. I love these cameras for professional work. Let's just compare really quick. Camera is the size of this lens lengthwise. Love this, really wanted something small like this. Reason number two why I picked up the Fuji X100V is for the film look. I put this strap on. This little leather case and strap came with the camera. I got it used. It's really nice. I think it's kind of sweet looking, but not for the video. We're just gonna. So what do I mean by the film look? Well, if you're a Fuji fan, you already know where I'm going with this. Film emulation. Holy crap, man. These things have some of the dopest looks in camera that I don't know if there's nothing that compares to it, let's be honest. The film emulation that comes out of the Fuji cameras is already just super awesome, and I've even found some people posting recipes for their Fuji cameras to mimic certain types of film stock like Kodachrome or Portra 400. It's really amazing what these little cameras can do. In my mind, if I'm running around all day on vacation or on a trip and I just really want to post some photos or get some things to maybe get ready to print, I don't want to spend a lot of time editing. Film emulations on here set me up for success right away, so I can spend less time on my computer and more time shooting. And reason number three why I picked up the X100V is simply to create. When I went to New York City, I brought all my Canon gear. I lugged that thing around with me almost every day in 90-degree weather. I was sweating, my back was sweaty, and I think I pulled it out like maybe 10 times total. Part of me was like, yeah, I'm gonna focus on just enjoying this trip. I don't wanna focus on like having to create content and taking photos. And that's when it hit me. I was treating taking photos, especially treating documenting great memories, as work. And that's a problem. And you see, for me, I never want like photography or videography to like overshadow the main reasons why I got into it, which was to document and have fun doing it. If you were to ask me 2 years ago like why I got into photography, it wouldn't be to like start a business. This is gonna sound weird, but if you ever worked at retail or if you worked at a restaurant and you had a uniform, you couldn't fully relax until you took that uniform off. But if you went to the restaurant maybe just in your regular street clothes, or if you had a couple days off and you just swung by, things felt different. You could enjoy the drinks, you could enjoy the food. And that's very similar to how I felt with the camera. When I brought the R5, I was like, all right, I'm in content making mode, I'm in YouTube mode, and that just like sucked all the joy out of wanting to take photos. So in order to focus on creativity, in order to focus on being able to take photographs that aren't necessarily for my portfolio, they're just for the creative process, this guy is gonna meet that need. If you think this camera might be for you, definitely check it out. But before you do, you may wanna see some photos. So we're gonna wrap up this video with some street photography. It's been 1,000,000 degrees outside, but we're gonna risk it all for the photos. I think it should be pretty fun. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you all being here on my creative journey with me. It means a lot. If you want to feel less lonely, I recommend subscribing, liking, commenting, engaging with the creative community that we're slowly building here, because that's how you feel less lonely. Put yourself out there and hopefully some other people will meet you where you're at. All right, street photography time. Peace.